The purpose of this video is to establish physical fitness testing standards for the Wildland Firefighter Apprenticeship Program. This video provides a fair and transparent physical testing process for all the WFAP apprentices. The fitness testing will be comprised of 4 individual tests conducted in the following order: 1. Pull-ups, palms out; 2. Push-ups; 3. Sit-ups; and 4. A timed 1.5 mile run. This segment will display proper form and method for pull-ups. The apprentice will be allowed 3 minutes to complete the pull-up portion of the test. The starting position is a dead hang. The apprentice will hang from the bar with hands shoulder width apart. Arms must be fully extended with elbows locked, and palms will face away from the body. The apprentice will remain in the start position for 2 seconds prior to the first repetition. This will allow graders to evaluate that the correct starting position is attained before the exercise is executed. For a repetition to count as successful, the apprentice will lift their body until their chin is above the bar and then return to the start position with arms fully extended and elbows locked. The apprentice will not be stopped if their chin does not clear the bar or their arms are not fully extended with elbows locked. However, those repetitions will not be counted. The exercise will not be stopped for swinging techniques such as kipping or kicking. However, those repetitions will not be counted. Apprentices will be allowed to hang or rest in the starting position as long as both hands remain at the same position for the duration of the test. If a hand at any time releases from the bar after the first count of the repetition, the test will be stopped at the number of successful repetitions. If at any time the individual's feet come in contact with the ground or post, the test will be stopped at the number of successful repetitions. This segment will display proper form and method for push-ups. The apprentice will have 3 minutes to complete the push-up portion of the test. Loose-fitting clothing such as sweaters and t-shirts must be removed or tucked in. For all push-up tests, the counter will hold the water bottles for the test. For female participants, a female counter will hold the water bottles for the test. The starting position is back straight and parallel with the ground. Arms are straight with elbows locked, and hands are shoulder width apart. Hands can be placed directly on the ground or on a mat. Throughout the exercise, hands must remain in the position in which they began. Feet will be placed in a straight line behind the head, and the feet will be touching together. The apprentice will remain in the starting position for 2 seconds prior to the first repetition. This will allow graders to evaluate the correct starting position is attained before the exercise is executed. A successful repetition will only be counted when the participant lowers from a starting position down to where the chest comes in contact with the water bottles on the ground, and then returns to the starting position. If the apprentice does not make contact with the water bottles, the repetition will not be counted. If arms are not fully extended with elbows locked, the repetition will not be counted. If the proper plank position cannot be maintained, those repetitions will not be counted. Apprentices may rest in the starting position as long as necessary, provided they maintain proper plank form. If the buttocks rise, plank position is not maintained, or hands leave the starting position, the test will be stopped at the number of successful repetitions. This includes the resting position. If an apprentice's chest makes contact with the ground or rests on the water bottles, the test will be stopped. If an apprentice spreads their legs apart, places one leg on top of another, or raises a leg off the ground, the test will be stopped. If an apprentice is stopped prior to the 3-minute time limit, the number of successful repetitions will be recorded. This segment will display a proper form and method for sit-ups. Apprentices will be allowed 3 minutes to complete the sit-up portion of the test. The starting position will be lying flat on back with knees bent, hands on abdomen, and feet held down by another participant of the same gender. Each individual can decide the manner in which their feet are held down. An apprentice may rest in the starting position for as long as necessary or until the 3 minutes are up. When an apprentice rises from the starting position with their back perpendicular to the ground, forming a 90-degree angle, a repetition will be counted. Hands must remain on the participant's abdomen. The shoulder blades must make contact with the ground during each repetition. Repetitions will not be counted as successful if the participant does not rise their back perpendicular to the ground, forming a 90-degree angle. Similarly, if hands leave the abdomen, shoulder blades do not make contact with the ground, or buttocks leave the ground or mat, the repetition will not be counted. The individual will not be stopped for these infractions. However, these repetitions will not be counted.